All right. Hello, my beloved friends. How are you all? Hope you are having an absolutely blessed love light time during these holiday seasons, and I hope you are all taking in the abundance. Today, we're going to do something fun. We're going to look again at Antarctica. If you haven't seen the last video, I brought up some interesting revelations or sort of discoveries that I saw, and I wanted to bring it and share it to you all, my love and light friends. Okay, so number one, I understand Google Earth is obviously constructed by those of power, right? So they know what they're doing, and they're showing us what they want to show us. But this is all the information that we have, and I know that we have love light spirits on our side, right? So basically what I'm going to tell you about today is what I think might be the cities of Antarctica. Or not really cities, I believe they're all underground for the most part, but maybe they, it seems like they're structures, right? It seems like they're the top of structures. To me, they resemble sort of complexes. You can sort of see connecting underground tunnels and such. And remember, if there's going to be any underground tunnels or any hidden cities, it's going to be right here. It's going to be right here in Antarctica. Remember how giant it is. You can fit all of our country, or most of all the countries in Africa, and Africa is probably half the size of Antarctica, or hard to tell because they've changed the maps to us, the maps on us for so long. But alright, here we're gonna get into it, right? If you didn't see my last video, I just mentioned this just really strange orb of light that was protruding from the south center, or their south station, right? That I thought was really strange, and still nobody really has any, there's some clever ideas of what it could be and such, but I mean, what is that? I have no idea. It surely looks like bright, some sort of bright light or beam coming just right from there, that center, right? Okay, so remember, if this was any sort of live update or anything, if they didn't archive this stuff, then it'll start to show up, and there's nothing they can hide. What I wanted to show you was basically I kind of thought to myself, well, it seemed like a light that was being projected from the inside, and like we talked about, in my other video, look up magnetism, look up the toroidal field, look up so I'm not saying the Earth is flat or round or really anything. I'm not claiming anything. It is whatever you believe it is, but it seems as though it's a realm, and there might be sort of portals and such. There's a lot of information that our ancestors, or that have been hidden from us, but it's all coming out. Alright, so what I want to show you is, I went to the edge of this area, and I sort of just questioned myself if the light was being projected over it, that I don't know. I just figured maybe it'll show something, right? I mean, all of this pretty much seems like it's been photoshopped or covered or overlaid. I don't know what they do to it, but I mean, there's only so much they can do, right? So I'm thinking maybe it might be like some sort of a light overlay, and I just decided to come over here and look at the image as I got closer, right? So as I get closer, as you can see, as you get closer, it sort of has these lines that everyone that I've talked to, or a lot of people that I've talked to, just say are the lines of the image crop, or the, being chopped together. There's definitely a possibility, but my thing is, I came basically over here, and there's just this distinct edge, and it gets lighter, and then if you keep going a little bit further, you get sort of the end of the orb, if you will, or that light that exposes it. And, it gets back to that grainy. It gets back to grainy where you go in and it just looks like an image that's been... See, it's a foggy image. It's like you take a zoom into an image. It's not going to get clear. It's not a satellite image. It's not chopped up into pieces as you get closer. But I just felt it was interesting at this point where it sort of just gets light. And, I decided to get closer. And then as I get closer, it's just really interesting, like they seem to be structures, and I know it's hard to tell, but why would there be, if you talk about image cutting together and such, and if you say, oh well, Antarctica is just a bunch of ice and snow, miles and miles. Remember, this is large, right? I tried to put that in perspective when I started this quick video, right? It's giant. Have you gone to Antarctica? That's my question. Have you? Don't just sit there and send links of anything online. I can create a website, okay? I can crop images. I can, I'm not saying there's this crazy conspiracy behind anything, but just if you sit back and look, these clearly look like the outlines of buildings with possible openings, roofs. And again, I don't know. It could just be the image cropping. Let's not call each other crazy. Actually, everyone's essentially crazy, especially since our world is sort of being corrupted and manipulated by the dark powers of the cabal, the nasty evil entities. But everything's falling apart. This is what I mean. Everything's falling apart. So I just really thought it was interesting. I thought, I thought it was interesting that we can go and come close over here and see this sort of stuff. And it looks all right. So right there you go. There you have it. That's along. I found that a lot in a lot of areas. You could see it along here. And then you're thinking, well, that's absolutely insane. No way. Remember, just last year, the US government lost $6 trillion, okay? So let me scale that for you. $6 trillion, my friends. $6 trillion, okay? That's, okay, there's 100, right? 100,000. There's 100,000 of 100,000, right? Which is a million. 100 million of 100 million. Or 100,000 of 100 million. I don't know. See what I mean? Like, it's trillion is a lot, right? It's past a billion. Are you getting the scale of this? And then, of course, we have the incident of 9/11, which was another 3 trillion. And then, of course, we know the emails that have told us about what we already knew, which is the secret black, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, the groups that are spending all this money, that are doing this. So, I just wanted to show you here. Here's what I mean. Just sort of the top of buildings, large complexes. It sort of just resembles, right? By the way, I'm doing this because my tab is crazy, right? This is what I'll do. I'll get in this subject that I want to show you, beloved friends, right? Boom, I'll tab it out, and then I'm going to come here, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it podcast, Gut Instincts podcast style. And you know what? If it resonates with you, awesome. hang in and let's do some more research. Help me out. Chime in if you're interested in this stuff. And if not, just keep moving, you know. If you have the, you know, everyone's on their own journey, so keep trucking. But see the resemblance in the top of the way these sort of structures are, and what we're seeing. And here, I'll go ahead and show you what I did is kind of a picked out image. And this is easy. You could just go ahead and do this yourself. If any of you have Photoshop, have some fun. Do it. See what happens. I wanted to mess with the color, saturation and such, so I did, and I you know, I got an image like this. Okay, which to me is pretty eyebrow raising. You know, it's pretty eye opening. It's interesting. Oh, but RJ, the images, they're fucking, they're stitched together, brah, stitched together. What are you doing? Listen, I'm using critical thinking, and I'm using what we got. This is all we got. I'm not trucking to Antarctica. Nor do I have the means, nor do I really mind. Listen, what I'm saying is the world isn't gonna end. Like, this is I guess this is what I'm saying, is the whole doomsday bull garbage that they pull. This is not, it's false. The love light, we've already shifted in our energies, and that's why everything's kind of falling apart. But I just wanted to share this with you. Look at this, is kind of cool, right? Is this just images, or is it the top of buildings? Are these the cities of Antarctica? This is what they're talking about, and it's just out in the open, or at least what I think it's out in the open. So what do you think? Grab some images yourself and have some fun. I'm no Photoshop guru or anything, but you know, some of these look pretty closely related to sort of I don't know, underground entrances and such, sort of tunnels. How are these images stitched together? Why would they resemble shades, colors, and so remember, color is frequency. Frequency is different angles. That's what happens. Okay. So I don't know. What do you all think? I thought it was pretty cool, and you know what? Like this isn't gonna fly anymore. I mean, they can keep doing this, but how long is it going to take till enough of us are like, all right, NASA, this is it. You're done. Well, I mean, I'm not going to blame it completely on NASA, but I don't know. I laugh because sometimes it seems so obvious, but I don't know. What do you guys think? See, they just, let's go through what I've got here. I wanted to show you just sort of these. See. You know, if we look at those from some satellite, you know, and then if for some reason they were sort of overlaid and they were trying to mess with the image, and then the image became clearer because the light from the inside. Remember, if there's light from the inside, I mean, you know, I know some of you may be like, oh, you're crazy, man. But, man, I tell you, the truth is a lot crazier than we've been led to believe. That's kind of why sort of things are going the way they're going. But, see, it'd be a lot of that. It'd be a lot of those structures because it wouldn't be out. There wouldn't be any roads. There would be all tunnels. They'd be all linked together. It'd be all underground, or mostly underground, or at least. Okay, so yeah, here's what I mean. See, so that's not, no, that's wrong, right? This is right. Why does it matter? Why the fuck does it matter, RJ? Who the fuck cares? Well, because it's all resonance, baby.